Hey there, garden friends. It's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. Today is Monday, April 18th, and this is the daily vlog. A lot of, random things, not really random, a lot of things on my to-do list for both the home farm and here at the ranch. And so I'm doing a lot, I'm not doing very well at organizing my time. But that's neither here nor there. This morning I harvested at the ranch because this afternoon I need to put together bouquets. My CSA is tomorrow, so tomorrow I will be doing my deliveries. That includes into the city, so it's going to be about a 5-hour drive day. So I won't get a whole lot done tomorrow, physically done at either property, but I will be delivering to customers. So today, after I harvested and everything, I came out here to the ranch and I did some organization in the greenhouse. It was a complete disaster. I had just been putting stuff everywhere, and I had put everything on top of the seedling table, which I actually need now because I'm going to be bringing out seedlings this week to get ready to be potted up for the curated vegetable boxes to be picked up by customers. And so I needed that space. So I put together the shelving unit that I bought, and I got things organized in there. So take a look. Alrighty. So that is now pretty much all cleaned off. Over here in the corner is, garbage. And the box I'm going to use to make IMO 1. Underneath here, we've got what I've had before is, buckets, gallon, pots, etc., trays, potting soil. And then on top, it's pretty much all cleaned off. That giant roll of landscape fabric weighs a freaking ton. I'm going to need help to move it, but it's fine there. It won't be in the way. That big box is cow pots. So in a couple days, I'm going to bring over all of the seedlings for the vegetable curated box and get them potted up and put them, they'll stay in here until people come and pick them up. Over here is all of the tools that I've been using out here. Here is the giant stand of lilies. I'm so pleased with this. Now I know, well, we'll see how they bloom, but now that I know that I can grow them and they like it in here, even on the warm days, I am definitely going to be growing more lilies, and I'll just do it in this bin and then lots of lily crates. And then this is the shelving unit. It's just 2 shelves, but I was able to put everything that was littering the top of the plant table over here. And then this is exciting. These have arrived. These are the pistons that I need to replace in all of the windows, including up there. I think I need to just bring a ladder out here. And I can at least start on these lower ones. But once those are in, then this greenhouse will vent itself. I'm super excited about that. Got my beekeeping equipment there and a couple of things here. Sulfur, elemental sulfur that I need to spread on the new beds before I put the compost down to add some sulfur and lower the pH a little bit. And then the rest of this is just irrigation stuff. So some of this will go away once I get the irrigation finished. I'll take what's left back to the home farm because I use it there as well, and it'll just stay stored there. And then down here is the other deep box for my beehive. Right now I only need a deep and a medium, and those are still at my mentor's house because it's been raining, which has been wonderful, but I haven't had a chance to set up the platform, which is going to go back there kind of on the edge of the shade. So it's a real relief to get this kind of straightened up a little bit because I do need to start bringing some seedlings out, and I didn't have any place to put them because this table was completely jammed full of junk. Not really junk, it's things that I'm using, but it was not being used for what it is intended for. So that's done. I am going to head home, have some lunch, get all my seeds started, and then tonight we're getting rain into tomorrow morning. It'll probably only be, I don't know, a tenth of an inch, but that's better than nothing. And then on Wednesday, it's going to rain potentially all day into Thursday, which is outstanding. And then we'll get another small storm on Friday. So it's great. Even though we're still getting rain, it's crazy how dry things still feel because we are still really far behind on where we need to be for water this year. So anyway, it's a blessing that we're getting the rain. It's helping me for sure because I don't have to rush to get everything irrigated just yet. And sometime this week, I'm going to try to get seedlings that I have that are ready to go in. Zinnias, celosia, just a whole bunch of stuff, asters and stuff, planted in these beds back here. And then I'll just rig up the drip on the two outside ones because the middle one already has drip and that has the dahlias in it. So I'm going to try to get those in. That's going to free up more space in my home greenhouse, and then I'll get started ordering compost and getting those beds ready to go. Well, not nearly as much to get done in here as I'd hoped. I literally only got two trays of seeds sown, and now I need to go pick up the kids, and then I have to make bouquets. Today is a very busy day, but that's okay. I think if there's still light after, even though I have lights in here, once it gets dark outside, it's harder to see to do the tiny seeds, and I don't have a light on the seed table right there. So, but if there's still light out, I'll probably come out here after I make all the bouquets and after I make dinner and we clean up and stuff and keep sewing because I got to get these trays sewn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have about 300 seeds to sew. So yeah, I'd like to get that done tonight. That would be great. Anyway, off to the next thing. Since I have to make bouquets today for the CSA, I thought I would show you how I do that. It's all kind of, I have to make it mechanical because when you're making, you know, many bouquets, you want it to go quickly and you want it to be like an assembly line. So here's what I do. So I have everything laid out in advance so that this can go like an assembly line. Tulips, these two, I separate things by color as much as I can. These tulips all, by the way, were completely closed when I harvested them this morning. So that shows you how fast they open once you harvest them. These are ranunculus, all in a darker color. These are light colored ranunculus. This is a pack of a variety of things. So everybody will get one stem. There's freesia in there, and orlea, and strawflower, and bachelor button. And then my filler this week is eucalyptus. So as I assemble the bouquet, when I get down here, I use rubber bands to attach the floral food to the bottom, slide it into the sleeve, grab a string, tie up the bottom, and then they come over here into my Percona buckets, which are full of water, about 2 inches of water at the bottom with a floral preservative for travel, so it will hold them in their hydrated state. Each one of these buckets can fit about 3 of my bouquets. I might be able to squeeze a 4th one in sometimes. It just depends on how big they are. Okay, so I'm just going to make one. I'll show you how the process goes, and then I'm going to get started on finishing all of these because I have a lot to make. So wrapping the rubber band, best way to do this is to slip the rubber band over 1 or 2 stems and then wrap the whole thing like this. It's easier for the customer to get it off. Put your flower food on, wrap it like that, slide it into the paper sleeve, pinch that closed, and then I put a tie some yarn, the hand-dyed yarn, around the bottom. But what I wanted to comment on really quick is this. So I always get nervous still when I make these bouquets, because when you look at that, it doesn't look like much. However, when I harvest, and when flower farmers harvest to go into bouquets, we're harvesting when the flowers are still mostly closed, because we want the majority of the vase life to be for the customer. So this doesn't look like much. That looks like a really small bouquet, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 blooms in there. And those ranunculus are going to get huge, as will this fringed tulip. So I have to educate my customers to say, when you open up your bouquet, you might be like, oh, that's not much, but it's going to be a lot more. So these usually come into their own in the next day or so after the customer receives them. Sometimes just the next morning when I wake up and come out here to put it in, put the buckets in the car, they've already started to open more. So I just always like to let people know, so that they still feel like they're getting a good bouquet for their money. Yeah, I could wait and harvest them when the flowers are all the way open so they look lush and full, but then the customer's gonna have 2 or 3 days out of that, and that's not enough for your money. So I'd rather them see them when they're small and have them have 7 to 10 days of vase life than just a couple of days. That's it. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching today and hanging out with me. Tomorrow is bouquet deliveries. It's going to be a very long day in the car, but a busy day. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.